Hello, good morning. Okay, today we have a new lesson. Okay, but firstly, let me share my screen with you. I think now you can share my screen. Okay, so here we have a new lesson talking about the secret life of Walter Mitty. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty by James Thurber. So here the protagonist of the story, his name is Walter Mitty. Walter Mitty. And the author, his name's James Thurber. The author, that's the person who wrote the story, his name is James Thurber. And the life of Walter Mitty, he is the protagonist. Okay, so here I think it's in the perfect story. Okay, you can start, okay, as a new start or a new kind of literature. So have here we are going to go through the commander's voice. The commander's voice was like thin ice breaking. Thin ice breaking, that means when you try to speak or try to give order very hard, sharply. When you try to give order sharply. He said, we are going through. He wrote his full dress, or sorry, he wore his full dress uniform with the heavily braided white cap pulled down rashly over the cold gray eye. So here listen, he wore his uniform, his dress uniform, okay, and wore his white cap rashly here, like a down, rashly, listen slowly. Okay. After that, we can't make it. It's spoiling for hurricane. It's spoiling for a hurricane. If you ask me, so you're one of the officers or one of the men. Okay, yes, he comment to his commander and said it here, listen, sir, we can't make it. It's spoiling for hurricane if you ask me. Listen, I am not asking you, Lieutenant Berg. So here, listen, the commander replied him, I'm not asking you. So here, that's in Berg. Berg here, that's in the person who said, we can't make it, sir. It's spoiling hurricane, if you ask me. But the reply of the commander, he said, listen, I am not asking you, Lieutenant Berg. Throw on the power lights. Throw on the power lights. Rev here up to 8,500. Here up to 8,500. We are going through the pound of cylinders increased. Tapukita. Okay, and he repeated the word tapukita, pukita, pukita, pukita. Okay, so he tried to give an order sharply and he uh, tried to emphasize, okay, that's and how it's important to get pukita. Until now, it's not English word. That's not English word. The commander stared at the ice forming on the pilot window. The commander stared at the ice forming on the pilot window. He walked over and twisted a row of complicated dials. Switch on number 8 auxiliary, he shouted. So again, switch on number 8 auxiliary. Repeated Lieutenant Bird. Repeated here, that means that's in try to making sure, okay, his order is done. Full strength in number 3 turret, shouted the commander. Again, it's repeated. Full strength in number 3 turret. The crew, bending to their various tasks in the huge, Harshling 8-engined Navy hydroplane. So here, let's look at each other and grinned. The old man will get us through. The old man will get us through. That means the old man, he doesn't fear from the fire, from the hill, from the die. Okay, they said to one another. The old man ain't afraid of the hill. Okay, that's a scene that's finished. Let's try to move another scene. Another scene that's in between Mr. and Mrs. Walter. Not so fast, you are driving too fast, said Mrs. Mitty. What are you driving too fast for? Okay, listen, why you are driving this? Okay, said Mr. Walter Mitty. Listen, he looked at his wife in the seat beside him and with shocked astonishment. Astonishment, that mean surprisingly or shocking. Listen, she seemed grossly unfamiliar, like a strange woman. Listen, she seemed like a strange woman who had yelled at him in the crowd. You were up to 55, she said. You know I don't like to go more than 40. 40 here, this in the fast. This is the fast. Okay. You were, or you crowd. You were up to 50. Okay. You were, here is that up to 55. Watermeet drove on toward Waterbury in silence. Okay, Waterbury, of course, this place. Waterbury, he doesn't comment, doesn't give any comment of his wife. So the roaring of the SN 202 through the worst storm in 20 years of Navy flying, failing in the remote, intimate airways of the mind, intimate airways of his mind. You are tensed up again. You are tensed up again, said Miss Smithy. It's one of your days. I wish you had let Dr. Rancho look at you over this and try to examine you. Okay, that's a perfect story. Okay, and try to have to complete the story. Okay, so try to get in the whole understanding meaning of the story. Thank you so much. Okay, and tomorrow, inshallah, we'll try to get a more explanation about the rest of the story. Thank you so much. Bye bye.